Hello, Sister Dragoons. My name is Alex, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon LeafGreen. In the last video, we managed to get through Mount Moon and also take on Brock. In this video, we are mainly going to be taking care of the Nugget Bridge and Misty. Now, personally, what I like to do is to go for the Nugget Bridge first, because that is a free experience, and it can make or break the experience you have with Misty. Now, of course, we have to take on Blue, and his team has changed a bit. First up, his Pidgey finally evolved into Pidgeotto, though it is one level under, because normally Pidgey evolves into Pidgeotto at level 18, not 17. And it's here that he hits us with Sand Attack, like the little bitch that he is. I really hate it when they do Sand Attack. It's just so freaking annoying. But that was only for Sparky here. So I pivoted into Mothra, so that way she can get some poison off, which might seem like a little... Well, it might seem weird, but a poison really does help when it comes to chip damage. But as long as you can read like what their opponent if you can predict what move your opponent is going to use, then it should be fine. Like what I just did, because normally, Sparky wouldn't be able to do it by herself. She would have to burn through at least a potion in order to fully take care... Well, not fully take care of, but to severely damage a Pidgeotto a lot. But anyway, at least we got that out of the way. But we have... Well, don't get used to Blue having the Rattata line, because after the SSN, he does not use it. So, yeah. But I did decide to pivot into Toad, which is the Paris that I caught in the last video. Now, Paris is just going to be the HM slave. That's kind of why I didn't want to give him... Well, why I didn't want to make him part of the team thing. Plus, it just saves me a little bit of time with editing. But, I mainly just used him so that way I could get so that way I could heal Sparky, so that way she can do a Squirtle. But I also kind of got off a Stun Spore just in case Thundershock didn't really work with Static. Though, now that I think about it, I believe I had a I have a Thunder Wave by now, and that is an instant paralysis attack. So, oh well. And there we go. Toad is done. He served his job, but now it's time for Sparky to clean it up. So, just like this. I think I saw it. I go too fast for this game. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. So, also Squirtle should be Wartortle by now, but again, just refuse to evolve. Like, I kind of get the idea. You get better moves if you hold off evolving, but, I mean, come on, dude. Sorry, I needed a swig. My throat's been hurting all day. Oh, but now he has a new addition, which is Abra. Now, a little thing about Abra. It is fairly tricky to catch because all it knows is teleport, which will instantly take you away from a match. However, if a wild one uses teleport, then tough luck, sunshine. You gotta hunt for another one. And what's worse is that he can even use this move while he's asleep. So if you want to use like sleep powder in order to catch one, then it's kind of a no-go. But Abra is actually Abra evolving into Kadabra is actually a really good Pokemon, but unfortunately it doesn't reach its full potential here because, well, it's a trade evolution, and not everyone is going to have the means to do a trade evolution, because, like, I sure as hell know that I don't. In fact, that's one thing that I wish that modern Pokemon games did. Like, they account for those who can't experience the trade evolutions, but also want to fill out the Pokedex, or just straight up use those Pokemon for their teams. Like me, sometimes I feel like I want to use a Gengar. Sometimes I want to use a Alakazam or something. But no, we can't frickin' do that. Because we need to trade. We need friends, dude. The landscape of the world has changed so much that this kind of thing can't really keep up. Sorry about that. Just wanted to get off my soapbox. But yeah, so this is the Nugget Bridge. If I believe that every trainer on here secretly works for Team Rocket, but I could be mistaken. But essentially, for the Nugget Bridge, you need to take care of 5 trainers. And then there is a Team Rocket grunt at the very end. Now, the grunt will give you a nugget, which you can sell to the shops for high money. And that's pretty much it for the bridge. It is good experience if you want to take care of Misty, but I mean, there isn't too much a point to it. Like, it's a bridge, it goes over water, so yeah. But I do appreciate that it's here to because like I said earlier, it is what makes or breaks your encounters with Misty. Now, I do want to get into that later, but I just kind of want to ramble for a bit because, well, we're going to be here for a bit. These are kind of mandatory battles, and it is a mandatory place. Well, it's a mandatory landmark to go through, so yeah. Anyway, so actually, what could I really talk about? I'm just, well, okay. So I guess there is this one particular Pokemon idea that I wanted to do, but I'm not exactly sure how to do it, who'd be interested. It seems like sort of a selfish project, if that makes any sense. It's not like a particular character, it's not a character rewrite, it's not really anything like that, but it is in the same ballpark. I just don't really want to mention it because, well, I'm not sure how people are gonna react to it, you know. Like, I guess it's kind of like, I guess it's like one of my things that that I sort of need to work on. It's like, okay, people, there are people who are gonna hate my crap, right? Like, I got, well, actually, it's like, for my Resident Evil 2 video, which was last year's Halloween special, not a single like and only one dislike. I was like, damn, dude, I thought at least one person would have liked it. Like, I get that it's kind of long and maybe the screen's a little hard to look at, but I mean, like, that's just how I want to play the game, dude. Well, but yeah, point is, there are people out there who are going to not enjoy the stuff that I make, and that's just something that needs to be accepted and expected, especially if you're you're an autistic and you like to create stuff. Which, yeah, I like to do it. I like to do stuff like that. I write, I make art, though. Actually, I haven't been in a good position to be making art for the past few days because well, we got some new gym gear for the house, and family stuff, and it's just hectic right now, so I can't really do any art related projects, but I do want to do stuff like that. I really do. But anyway, it's also the idea of like us. Well, okay. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. I was thinking about doing videos about my own Pokemon teams if I was in the anime. I was thinking about it. I was trying to develop them, but I held off on doing it because well, I'm not sure if anybody would actually find it kind of enjoyable. I mean, yeah, you should do stuff for yourself every once in a while, but I mean, like, isn't that kind of sort of what I'm doing right now? I mean, like, I'm playing a 22. I'm playing a game that's like 22 years old for YouTube. That was re-released. On the Switch like a month ago. At least at the time of this recording, anyway. It is March 24th, but point stands. Like, isn't this? But like, isn't that mentality kind of what I'm doing already? But I guess if that's the case, then maybe I should do it. But at the same time, I like hearing what the people have to say. Because like it or not, without them, this whole channel would not be here, right? Plus, I mean, okay. I think I'm rambling a bit too much, I think. But well, okay. I can probably talk about like another project that I really wanted to share with people here. It is an original creation, right? It is. It may have callbacks to a pop culture and existing media, but I do want it to be its own thing. It started out as like a series of shorts on the channel. Like, they are there if you want to have a look, but I personally would not recommend it. But yeah. I really want to do some concept for that. Get the word around. Like, have an excuse to work on it, and like making videos might actually be a good idea, but I don't know. Anyway, so you may be wondering just what the hell this Team Rocket grunt was doing at the end of the Nugget Bridge. Well, that's because they want us to join Team Rocket, but we're not about that life. So, oh, and actually, this was a good idea to show this fight because a confusion just made Ekans confused. That is a percentage chance of it happening, and it's also a gamble if if the attack goes through, or if your Pokemon just hits itself in its confusion. It is very annoying, especially when it is the only Pokemon that you have left. It's the only one that can reasonably take care of the example. Well, take care of the opponent, and yeah, it's just not fun. It is very much not fun. But now that we got the Nugget Bridge out of the way, it's time to take on the Cerulean Gym, home to Misty. But first, we got 2 gym trainers to take care of. Brock had 1, Misty has 2. And the swimmer has Horsey, and you may know this one from the anime. Though, personally, I would kind of sort of have this one... I personally would kind of sort of have Misty's Horsey evolve into Seadra, but that's a story for another time. Anyway, he has Horsey and Shelder. Shelder is the earliest example of an ice type. However, we cannot get this Pokemon until way, way, way later in the game in Seafoam Islands, which I don't think I visit. I don't think there's a reason for me to visit it there, but oh well. But yeah, so Horsey would get an evolution in Gen 2 involving Kingdra, but that's a trait evolution, so I can't say I have any personal experience with it outside of Soul Silver. But now we have Goldeen, which was a prominent Pokemon on Misty's team, though it is not a very good one to use. Although it has Supersonic, which is a bitch and a half, because mid-battle the only way to get rid of confusion is by swapping. So Toad, thank you. Sorry about that, but yeah. Yeah, this can be very annoying, and I believe Toad actually got a win here. At least I think he did. I don't really remember. I guess we'll have to... Oh, no, I don't think he did. Yeah, there we go. Critical hit. Sorry, Toad, but you're just my HM slave. And time for Sparky to clean it up. But yeah, Misty is a prime example of why I have a love-hate relationship with Pikachu in Fire Red and Leaf Green, because I want it to be a special attacker, not a physical hitter. Okay, like, just stop it. Alright, so now we have Misty. So Misty's whole team is the Starmie line. So she starts out with Staryu, which isn't that bad, all things considered. You know, just like a couple of Thunder Shocks and it'll be good to go. But unfortunately, I could never knock it out in one go. But this move, Water Pulse, is the main reason why Misty is such a pain in this particular generation. In Gen 1, she had the move Bubble Beam, which was a very powerful water attack that could slow your opponent down. However, for Gen 3, it was changed to Water Pulse, which has a chance to confuse you. So, yeah, a bit of a pain, especially this early in the game. But this is why we have Mothra to help. She can, well, basically thanks to her Compound Eyes ability, Poison Powder hits pretty much every single time, and she does not have any full heals or full restores, so that way she can't get rid of this particular move. Well, she can't cure the poison status. So I figured, okay, well, let's just do at least like one more chip damage. Well, technically 2, because I think if you run out if you run out of Pokemon before the poison status, well, words. So so you're noticing how every time that I switch out a Pokemon, Starmie's health goes down. Well, that is because well, I want to say it's actually because of it's actually on the turn-based system. So yeah. But Misty just used a super potion, and that is a major pain, especially for this battle, because holy crap, is this thing super freaking tough. Especially, you know, especially like if your Pikachu doesn't want to, you know, be like a very strong special attacker. But anyway. So yeah, this is kind of the strategy that I recommend for this fight. Just poison, play the waiting game, and hit as hard as you freaking can with your electric rat. Or if you have Bulbasaur on your team and it has a poison powder by now, try to get lucky and do that. And then just spam away with your grass attacks. And I was very lucky here for Sparky to go through, to like power through the confusion and land the final blow. Like, holy crap! I was so freaking relieved with this one. Because yeah, this is not exactly the type of gym that you want to fuck around. And is also the reason why I suggest that you hold off on evolving your Nidorino into a Nidoking, or your Nidorina into a Nidoqueen, because they will be part ground, and Misty can actually do some very, very high damage to them. So yeah. But we have the Cascade badge now, and the badge allows us to use the move Cut outside of the battle, but we'll get to that later. And Misty gave us Water Pulse. However, we're not going to be getting a Water type until very later in the game. In fact, I still need to record footage for that at the time of this video going up, but unfortunately, I'm not exactly in the best position to do much of anything constructive for YouTube. I can do scripts and such, like I can do basic stuff like this, you know, just edit what footage I got and go from there. But if you want me to do actual gameplay recording, that's not happening for a while. But it's also around here that I'm getting rid of Mankey because he served his purpose, and will also get some heavy hitters in just a few minutes. But hold on a second, need another swig. Now, there are a few other things beyond the Nugget Bridge, such as the TM for Attract, which I don't really use, to be honest with you. And in the grass that I am standing over, you can find an Aber in there, but I think it's a rare encounter, and it will more often than not just try to teleport on you. So. Sorry about that. I need a swig. Okay, so this should be the last trainer that we're gonna battle for the video. It should be because right. He has a Machop, which is one of the earliest it is a second example of a fighting type here. Now again, Machop is a trade evolution. Basically, he goes from Machop, Machoke, and then trades into Machamp. And again, that is another Pokemon that I would have liked to use. However, I can't. It's a trade evolution. Not everybody has the means for that. Like, ugh. I feel like I'm repeating myself with that one. But, yeah. So, this hiker doesn't really provide too much a challenge, and it looks like we actually got one more trainer to deal with. At least I think it's one more trainer to deal with. I'll be honest, I don't remember every single little thing about this footage, so yeah. Though the kid in the yellow cap on the top right, in Red and Blue, he was actually used for the Mew glitch, which is a very prominent example of glitches in history of the franchise. But also, this fight shows just how Onix is a physical wall. But it really, that's about it. It's got no speed, no special attack, no regular attack. All it's good for is just being a physical wall, and that's it. So, Kratos just went up to level 1, so now I can use one of the Moonstones. And just like so. And now Kratos is evolving. However, he's not going to learn anything new for a long while. Because that's just how it kind of is with stone evolutions. But there's a reason that you have to hold off until level 21 in order to get Nido King. Because he will learn the move Thrash. Thrash is... No. He learns it he learns it at 22. My bad. So I guess I'll just save that for next time then. Well, before I go though, if you did want to see that anime team's video idea, just let me know in the comments, or if you'd be interested to see more original creative stuff here on the channel. So, gives me an excuse to do them. Anyway, so if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and if you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and every little click helps out more than you think. Until next time, Celestial Goons, remember, reach for the stars.